Good morning, afternoon, or evening. How you all doing today? Welcome back to Mr. Morrow's intensive math class. Today we're going to be wrapping up percent operations. And all of the percent applications and operations are very useful. However, this one is really useful every day pretty much. Okay, you all have gone to stores when there's a sale. Whenever you buy something, you're going to pay what's called tax. When you go and buy something at a business, they applied something called a markup so that they can make money. So this is an everyday consumer math, and it's really important for you to know. Discounts and markups. Let's talk about discounts, guys. A discount is a result, okay, discounts result, rather, in a reduction in price. When you have a discount, you will pay less than the original price of the item you are purchasing. When you are given a discount, you are paying a certain percentage less than the original price. You're going to be paying less of a percentage of the price. So when you have a discount, the price will go down. You're going to pay less than the original, okay? This is very important for you to understand how this works. Again, not just for my test or for a quiz, but for your everyday life. You want to be able to go to a store that's having, let's say, a 30% off sale, and you want to be able to know if you're truly getting the 30% off. So how does it work? Very simply, okay? I have, like a lot of things that I've taught you, two methods. I want you to learn one of the methods, whichever one you like best, and use it. Okay? It's good to know both always, of course, but one is going to make it, one of you is going to like one better and the other is going to like the other better. So it doesn't really matter to me. It is completely up to you. So you just go ahead and choose what you want. Excuse me for 1 second. Okay, guys, so how does it work? TM Shirts is having a 20% off sale for Labor Day weekend. Find the sale price of a $50 shirt after a 20% discount. Let's first talk about a little bit of vocabulary. Selling price is what the store sells it for. Selling price is the original amount. Okay? The selling price is the original amount. Okay? Sale price is the amount after the discount. You've got to understand the difference there in those two words. Selling price is what they originally sell it for, the original price. Bless you. Sale price is the price after the discount. You guys with me there? Promise? Okay. So you have this shirt, okay, that is regularly selling for $50. But you want to find the sale price after a 20% discount. Two ways to do this. Method one. Go ahead and multiply 50 times 20%. When you multiply 50 times 20%, please remember that it is 0.2. Okay, so we've got 50 times 0.2. Why, Mr. Morrow? Because I have to turn a percent to a decimal left. So when I multiply 50 times 0.2, decimal here, I've got $10. This $10, guys, that is the actual discount. That is how much they are taking away from the price. Now, once you have the discount, my brothers, step two, $50, That's the original price minus $10 of the discount. That equals $40, and that is the sale price. Does that first method make sense? You promised me. Okay. Method 2. It's just as easy. It just takes one step instead of two steps. Let's think about it. $50 was the original price, correct? So if it's the original price, that's 100% of the price, correct? Does that make sense to you guys? It's 100% of the price. It's the original price. I'm getting a discount, though, of 20%. So am I not taking this 100% and subtracting 20% from it? Bless you. So if I'm taking 20% away from 100%, what percent am I actually paying? I'm paying 80% of the original. What does the word of mean? Times. So I can just simply go $50 times 0.8, which will be decimal over $40, and I'm done. So it doesn't matter to me which one you use. I definitely need you, though, to choose one or both. It depends. It's up to you. You can choose whatever you want. Does that make sense, though, boys? You promise. Talk to me, guys. I'm here for you. This is my job to make sure you got this right. Go ahead. If you have a question, ask now. Okay? Let's do a little practice then. Well, first let's do markups. Markup is the exact opposite of a discount. A markup results in an increase in price. Okay? When there is a markup, that makes no sense. When there is a markup, sorry about that. When there is a markup, you will pay more than the original price of the item you are purchasing. When there is a markup applied, you are only paying a certain percentage more than the original price. Examples of markups that you see every day. Sales tax. You go out to dinner, you got to pay tax. You buy a shirt, you got to pay tax. Buy a car, you got to pay tax. Buy a house, you got to pay tax. Buy a video game, got to pay tax. So sales tax, that's a markup. That adds money to your purchase. Commission. Commission is when you have a sales job and you make a certain percentage, okay, of your sales. Markups are used by business owners to earn a profit. If they buy something for whatever, $3, they can't sell it to you for $3 because then they make no money. So they have to add what's called a markup to increase the price of what they bought. And another thing that is very common too, I just thought of it, when you go to eat, don't you usually tip your waiter or your waitress? So tips are also markups. Just so you know, guys, a standard tip is 15% of your bill. If it's exceptional service, you give 20% sometimes. Okay? Sometimes people don't give anything, but that's kind of sad because waiters and waitresses make less than the minimum wage, so they live off of tips. So if you had good service, always please remember to tip well. Okay, so how does this work? Very similar, okay? Very similar. TM Shirts applies an 80% markup to all of their inventory. If TM Shirts purchases $15 shirts from their manufacturer, how much will they sell it to the public for after the 80% markup? Okay, remember how in discounts we had selling price and sales price? Well, in this case, for markups, you have what's called a purchasing price. And a purchasing price is what somebody paid for, what you paid for, okay? The original price of what you paid for. And again, selling price is what that company will sell it for. So it sells for that much. The selling price is always larger than the purchasing price. Just like the sales price is always less than the selling price. So, same exact method is used for markup and discount, except for discount we subtract, for markup we add. So if we're going to use method 1, we have a $15 item, but we are applying an 80% markup. So we're going to multiply that by 80%, which is 0.8. Very good, my brother. Carry the 4. So that's, but remember you got to, that's a 2, sorry. Let me clean that up. And remember you got to move the decimal over, right? So it's not really 120. It is 120, but you got to move the decimal. So that's $12, okay? So you have $12. That is your markup. That is what you're going to add to the price of what you're selling. So now step 2, you take what you purchased it for plus the $12 markup, and you're going to sell it for $27. And you're making 80% profit. Does that make sense? Another way to do it, method 2, again, very similar to discount, but this time, you know that $15 is 100% of what it costs you, correct? Am I not adding this time 80%? So I'm selling it for 180% of the original. You feel me? So I can in one step go, okay, 15 times 1, 2 to the left, 1.8, 0, 4, that's 120, skip a space, 5, 1, 0, 7, 2, 1 decimal, $27. Either way, you're going to get the same exact answer. So the good news about percent and discounts and markups, it's the same method for both, except discounts you subtract, markups you add. Any questions before we see some examples here, my brothers? You got it, my man? All right, let's do it. Let's do it to it. Sam wants to buy a pair of sneakers that cost $85. If the shoes are on sale with a 30, I don't know why I have this question mark here, I apologize. With a 30% discount, how much will the sneakers cost after the discount? So what will the sale price be? Well, okay, no, whoever said $30, you're just guessing. Okay, correct. So it's going to be 85 times 0.3, which is, that's 15. So that's 5, 1, excellent. 255, you got a 1 decimal. So remember, guys, that is my discount. Now I take the 85 original price minus 25.5, decimal, add a 0. This is 5. Carry it over because I have to make that 10. Carry that over to a 7. That's going to be 9. So it's going to be $59.50. That will be your sale price. That is how much you're going to pay. You do not round it because we're talking about money at a store. You don't want to round it because then that would cost you an extra 50 cents, sir. I don't want people to round it up for me. I like to save my money. Yes, sir. You have to add the 0 at the end and the dollar sign because it is money, guys. So yes, it is money. You have to write it like money. Now, for those of you who like the second method better, you know that $85 is 100% of the price. But I'm taking away 30%. So I can subtract 30%, and I'm going to end up paying 70% of the original. So 85 times 0.3. What is wrong with me? 0.7, sorry. 7 times 5 is 35, carry the 3. 7 times 8 is 56, plus 3 is 59. Move one decimal, so you've got $59.50. It does not matter to me which method you use, as long as you do it correctly. Does that make sense, boys? Are you sure? You promise? Okay. Next, L&M Sports World purchases skateboards for $120. Find the retail price of the skateboard after a 115% markup. Okay, 2 methods as always. Let's do the first method. $120 times 1.15. We got 0, 0, 1, 6, skip a space, 0, 2, 1, skip 2 spaces, 0, 2, 1, 0, 0, 8, 3, 1, 1, 2. So there's $138 markup. That's what I'm going to increase the original price by. So what is my selling price going to be? My 120 plus my 138. So they are going to sell it for $258. That is what you and I will pay for that skateboard. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. What if I wanted to do it method 2? Well, I know that $120 is 100% of what I paid. But I'm going to add 115%. So that means that the customer is going to pay 215% of the original. So you take your 120 times 2.15. 0, 0, 1, that's 6. Skip a space. 0, 2, 1. Skip 2 spaces. 0, 4, 2. When you add it up, gentlemen, you get, got to move the decimal 2 places, $258 is what you will pay. Yes, sir. Does that make sense, guys? Okay? Are you sure that makes sense, boys? Any questions on that for now? Okay. Give me 1 second, please. All right. Any other questions on this, gentlemen? Okay. Next. During a 25% of sale, no. During a 25% off sale. 2 F's in the word off. You want to buy a pair of jeans That regularly costs, sorry about all those typos, that regularly costs $50. How much will the jeans cost after the discount? Well, I've got $50 jeans times 0.25, 0.25, skip a space, 0.10, that's 12.12. So you're going to have a $12.50 discount. That's my discount. So how much am I going to pay? $50 minus 12.5. So this is 0.5, right? Because I make that a 10. So that's a 7. Borrow $37.50 is what you will end up paying after a 25% discount. Does that make sense? Any questions? Okay, how about if we do method 2? $50 is 100% of the price, but I am taking a 25% discount, so I'm subtracting 25%. So that means I'm paying 75% of the original. So I've got 50 times 0.75, 0.25, skip a space, 0.35, 0.573, 2 decimal places. I will be paying $37.50. It does not matter what method you use. You will always get the same answer as long as you do it correctly. Yes, sir. I did move it 2 places to the left, sir. That's why it's 0.25. What happens here is at the end here, depending on how many decimal places I have here, I have to move the decimal at the end of the product, depending on how many decimals I have. In this case, guys, I only had 1 decimal, so I only moved it 1 time. We've gone over multiplying decimals. That's okay. Thank you for your honesty, and thank you for asking, my brother. God bless you. Thank you. Okay, Jamie wants to buy a set of drums that cost $450. How much will the drum set cost after a 45% discount? Okay, this should be easy by now, hopefully. You have $450 times 0.45, which is the discount, 0.52, 22. Skip a space, 0.02, that's 16 and 2 is 18. 0.52, 0.12. I've got 2 decimals, so I got to go 1, 2. So guys, you're going to save $202.50. That is my discount. So how much will you actually end up paying? Well, $450 minus $202.50. So that's 0.5. Gotta borrow. That's 7. Gotta borrow because I borrowed from a 0. That's 4, and that's 2. So you're gonna pay $247.50. Does everyone see that, guys? Please make sure you write this down, guys. If you don't write it down, you're not helping yourself. You're only hurting yourself. Now, let's look at method 2. $450 is 100% of the cost. But I'm going to take away 45% of that cost because of the discount. So I'm going to end up paying 55% of the original. So $450 times 0.55, 0.52, that's 20 plus 2 is 22. Skip a space, 0.25, 25, carry the 2, that's 22. So that is 0, 5, 7, 4, 2. 2 decimal places, 1, 2. $247.50. As you can see, method 2 is a lot quicker. But again, I repeat, I don't care which method you use. Just as long as you learn. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. Last but not least, let's do these last two. The bill before taxes for a dinner with your family was $84. How much is the total bill after 7% sales tax? $85, sorry. Thank you. So, you have $85 times 0.07. 2 places to the left, my brother. So 7 times 5 is 35. Carry the 3. That's 59. Very good, my man. 0, 0. So you've got 2 places, 1, 2 to the left. So $5.95. That is your tax, guys. You add that to your bill. So it's going to be your bill of $85 plus $5.95. So you pay a total of $90.95 after taxes. Does that make sense? If I was going to do it method 2, $85 is 100% of your bill. But you're going to add 7% in taxes to your bill. So you're really paying 107% of the original bill. So 1.07 times 85, that's 5, 3, 0, and 3 is 3. We got a 5, skip a space. 8 times 7 is 56, carry the 5, that's a 5, and then that's 8. So that's 5, 9, 0, carry the 1, 9. 2 decimal places, $90.95 is what you pay after taxes. Does that make sense? You promise? Okay. Last but not least, how much will the selling price of a $75 item be after a 50% markup? Well, 75 times 0.5. Good man, my brother. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry the 2. So that's 37.5. That is your markup. That is what you're going to add to your original price. So $75 plus $37.50. That's going to equal $112.50. That is what you are going to pay after the markup. Or you can look at method 2. $75 is 100% of the cost, plus they're adding a 50% markup, so you will end up paying 150% of the original price or cost. So you have 75 times 1.5. That's 25. Carry the 2. 37. Skip a space. 5, 7. So you've got 5, 2. Carry the 1. 1 decimal. So I go 1 to the left. And you're going to still end up paying $112.50. Does that make sense? Any questions on this, my brothers? Okay. Thank you very much. I hope you learned a lot and have a great day.